Welcome along. It is round 6. We're in Monza for the 90-minute race. I was sneakily trying to get into the race, but with the entry list set, my admin password doesn't override the entry list, so I was raging. So I'm here to do a bit of commentary today on this one. So yeah, really looking forward to the racing today. There's a lot happening there, and Monza always provides a great spectacle. Let's be honest about it. So yeah, looking forward to it. At the minute, it's the Pro-Ams that are out there for qualifying, and we will see Chekarov out there as well. There's one or two that have a red number, which were only signed up beforehand. Adam Locke is now going out as a Pro-Am driver. Adam Locke, of course, will be well known for being our esports team manager at that time, and is more into iRacing and one of the top people in the Radical series as well in iRacing. He's finding his feet back into ACC, and definitely a learning curve for him. He's definitely not on the pace that he was beforehand, so maybe in a race or two's time. Now, he should have probably picked the McLaren, but he's gone with the Lamborghini tonight. So an interesting choice as well from him. I never got to ask him why that is the case. Hopefully later on we might be able to get that out of him. Now let me have a look at what else we are doing here this evening. Yeah, decent sized grid. Of course, the pros will have to wait their turn this evening. And nice weather today as well, no rain. And looking forward to a good dry race here. The Bentley is going to be looking strong. We were looking at the practice times. There were some nice times set in there from the Bentley as well. So I'll be interested to see how that does continue through. Now I'm just making sure I have all the chats in iView as well for both YouTube and Twitch. And Kick, I don't have that chat open. I'm sorry, anyone watching on Kick. But yeah, just a heads up, I suppose, as well for the viewers. I have decided to end Supercharge at the end of the season. We're moving the Wednesday series, though, thankfully, to our good friend Chris Tedder and Amigos. You'll see in my YouTube I've done comms for Amigos in the past. It's in my videos in the past. Yeah, so it's not completely dying. It'll live on through that. Aaron, who's the admin here, is going to be looking hopefully after it for Amigos as well, and I'll be taking a few months break. I'll come back doing commentary more so than running leagues. I just don't have what I suppose don't have the time for running that anymore, so I'll be putting more time into doing commentary, perfecting commentary, and moving forward that way. So I'd like to thank everyone who has participated in racing with us for the last year and a half, and obviously to all the team members and staff members and everyone else as well. Thank you so much for everything, and these last 3 races will be absolutely epic. So looking now at the minute, Chekarov is actually on provisional pole at 1:47.7. Cute, I'm not saying his name. Will Toll is second on a 1:47.9. Now let me see. Andy Polycott there. He's improving. No, he's only started a lap there. Adam Locke, where is Adam? Let's keep an eye on Adam here. Let's see how he's getting on. I can see he is doing quite decent out there, to be fair. In terms of lap time, I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do yet until he crosses that line. Of course, the outlap would have took him a minute or two. So Adam's first lap on the board, and it puts him into P13, so he's not dead last, but I'm sure he'd like a bit more. And for Rizov here, that gets him up into P15. Richard Vickers out there as well, looking to get a lap in. I think that's Dwyer. No, he's in the pits. He is pro. I think I mentioned that earlier, so thanks to you, Mr. Dwyer, for not jumping out in the wrong category. as we wait to see what Richard does. Looking at the other times, this guy here is now up a good few tenths. A lot of these are really starting to improve here. Even Adam's up a good bit of time as well. Shocker. So, Mr. Vickers, where do you put yourself today? You'd have time for another lap. Ah, no, not bad. P13. Not bad at all. So, let's see how that changes. As I say, P13 goes to Andy Polycott, who would like to give a big thank you for repping our livery since he joined the team. And of course to our own boy as well, Mr. Nathan Moran. That McLaren should be absolutely on point, but that's him finished. He's done and dusted. Provisional pole though is going to this man here, but the 8 though is up nearly 2 tenths. Depends how he gets Parabolica. Can he gain much more time? Now it looks like he's gained a bit of time, but on the exit he's lost quite a bit. He's probably going to lose all the time he'd made up now. Yep. Unfortunately for him, it's not going to be a proper improvement. Leonardo started the lap. We have Puglione, who's nearly finished the lap. This could be from P11 to possibly in and around P5. All depending how they finish. It's going to be a little bit lower than that now, with other boys starting to put in times. Puglione goes in 6th. That's a good effort there from him. And he's one more bite of the cherry. Richard Vickers is improving. Rizov is improving as well. Andy Polycott's improving. So everyone out there is starting to get in better times. And the 8 though still up a bit of time. Trying to jump on. Richard Vickers is going to be the first across the line. Now he is going to be up a few tenths. That's going to pop him up 1 position. But Andy Polycott is on a flyer behind him. So as Vickers goes across the line, we jump on with Polycott because he is jumping up a good few positions. Up into P10 he goes there. That was a brilliant lap from him. Who is up next? Oh, let me see. 139 Gamello, barely up anything. He might make the line for one more. He does. Good stuff out of him. I think he is going to be the last one to pass over, so that's qualifying over from everyone else who hasn't started a lap now. So that is that done and dusted for anyone who's in the pits. So Nathan Moran's in the pits, Terry Dunn's in the pits, Barry Dunn's in the pits. They're not going again. Chris Tedder. It's actually Matty Gamble's leading Tedder. Who's leading, it looks like Pavlov as well. I'm going to stick on with Andy Polycott. He's up 4 tenths of a second. He's the only one really improving. Puglione's going to jump a tiny bit up in his time, but not enough. So Andy Polycott, what can you do? Beautiful Chulascari there. Nice, keep the power planted. Nice one, a bit of sideways, but keeps it going. That will, of course, lose him a little bit of time down this run, but you can try and gain back some through Parabolica. But you don't want to be too aggressive in Parabolica because it would kill you on the way out, and that will affect your overall time moving on to the next lap as well, which you need to think about. That's nicely done through there. He's gaining time out, so this is going to be a nice lap for Mr. Polycott. Brilliant stuff there up in the P5. I'm just going to do this really quick. Just going through that there. Sorry, I was just telling them they need to go back to pits because they have took their part. I'm keeping an eye on this one because I will absolutely crease them. Going to garage, so looking at that. So he's getting a penalty anyway for being out there that long. Sorry guys, I was having to do this stuff now. And now let's get back into it. Apologies for that, but unfortunately I'm the only active one there that can be looking at that stuff as well. So I'm going to jump on with Chico. Is normally decent around here. He's driving the McLaren today, and he is out there doing a decent job. We've got then Carlo in the EOS Ford, Ramundo for the M4 Squadra. Zatsiev is in the pits. Tom Solis, Zatsiev actually I think is a quali ban, so fair play. Spitzen's the same. Solis out there, he was quite unlucky last week. Bruno Fantanozzi doing a good job out there. Aaron Holloway doing a decent job also, of course, because Pavlov is one of the people fighting for the championship. Although this man here, Matthew Gamble, is the championship leader. That time only good enough for P8, but obviously I think that was a warm-up lap from him there as Pavlov jumps up into P3, Lietvar P4, Tedder P5, Fantanuzzi P10, Diorio. So all these are just on-out laps, exploration laps, I suppose is the word to say it. So be interesting to see what improvements will be done there. Of course, Jay Mellett is on. He was out with the Pro Arms, but has a quali ban if I remember right. Aaron Holloway, as I say, doing good. He is on a lap now. He started their lap. So none of the pros have jumped up yet to overtake into pole position at the minute. Trevel only good enough for 20th there at the minute. I'm sure there'll be more to come. Tom Solis, where is he? He's only started his lap. Ramundo coming across now, and that goes up, was good for P18 for Ramundo, so hopefully a bit more time to come for him. Looking here at some of these out, is there anyone close to finishing a lap? No, there's not, but Matty Gamble's on a good lap here. I also see number 325 on a great lap as well, so Matty needs to find a little bit more than what he has at the minute. And once he does, this could work out to be good for him. But at the minute, Matty Gamble coming around. Good enough there for Matty Gamble there. P2. Pavlov, yeah, of course, was flying it and got up there. And then we have Carlo there in P3 with a very good lap from him. Tedder, I know, was telling me he was hinting at the 46s, I think, today. So let's see. Trevel is improving. Ramundo is improving slightly, but it's not enough to really push him up far. And I thought these pro-ams have shown some really good pace today. Wow. Tom Solis needs to get a lap in also. He's not had a proper lap in as of yet, so he's going to really need to pull something nice out as well. Ramundo crossed the line there and up into P16 for him. Not a bad lap at all, quite respectable. Matty Gamble is improving at the minute. I'm going to look on this because this is for provisional pole. He is improved a bit, but that exit is going to ruin it on him. He needs to get a good parabolica now. Can't be any errors. And he'll have one more pop at the cherry, even two more pops if he has the fuel. As of course this isn't like F1. Tires do actually live. Better. Oh, that was a bad exit from parabolica. Matty has one more go at it. No. Back to the pits. He might get back out in time. Tedder goes on provisional pole, a 1:47.0 out of Chris there. Stonking lap in the Just Push sim racing livery car. And that's brilliant to see. Now, let me see who else is out there improving. Trevel is improving, but not at the rate I was expecting. And I think I just seen... Where did he go? Tom Solis there in P7, he went there. Took me a second to find the name with all the names. We've got Loecki was out on a lap. Hopefully this will be the first time lap on the board for them. Boom, up in P26. At least the time's on the board now, he can focus on that. At the minute, does Matty Gamble get out for the lap? He does. That's brilliant. So this is his last attempt, and Matty normally likes to pull these out under a bit of pressure as well. So let's see how he does go. So while that's happening then, I'm going to look back there. Fantanuzzi is up about a 1/10 of a second at the minute on this lap. And he cannot ruin it now. He might have one more bite to chair if he has the fuel. But that's it then. So he needs to ace this, carry whatever speed he can through. And carry what time. You need to be so patient with Ascari not to take too much curve. And he's run way too wide there, and that's invalidated that for him. He does have time for one more shot, but that's it. If he doesn't get it right, then he's under big pressure. Jan Vickers, how are you doing? Good luck, Richard. Enjoy your race. That's what we like to see. Richard's in the race chat with the drivers tonight. We were chatting to him earlier. He's a nice guy, and I wish him all the best. Trevel is now starting to improve a little bit, up 3/10 of a second. That's good enough for around where Chico Lindfar is, but he needs to make Parabolica. Parabolica seems to catch an awful lot of drivers out. So Chris Tedder's still on provisional pole, going to start his last lap now. At the minute, Pavlov is started his last lap. Matthew Gamble is coming close now, and he's going to start it now. Aaron Holloway is up about 2/10. If this does stick, that will drop him or put him up down to P5 provisionally. Of course, there is drivers improving from behind. This is more like a Loecki there. P25. Raimundo is improving also by a nice jump there, but I think he's got a bit too deep. Yeah, the exit. It looked like he gained a load of time, but he went way too deep and has actually lost time now. So he's still going to gain time on his own personal best, but it's not going to change where he finishes. Aaron Holloway finishes at best P8. Chico Lindfar is on another lap. Where's Matty Gamble? Matty Gamble on it there. He does have Tom Solis ahead of him. I'm sure Tom will get out of the way if he's not on a lap. So this is the one I want to see. Can Matthew Gamble grab pole? And John, for yourself, Richard is starting P26, which is very good. He's out-qualified a few of the guys in his split as well, so that's good to see. So, oh my, he's held it. What? He's 1-0 for 1-0. He's getting a little bit of a tow from these cars. This might help him. Tom Solis is improving a few tenths, so he might jump up one position. Matthew is giving it everything there. He's running that NSX as wide as possibly there. Going for the tighter line now to get that time. Does he improve? No, he doesn't. So Chris Tedder has got pole position this evening. Pavlov second, Gamble third. Then we've got Durazio for ERS in fourth, Solis fifth, Withold in sixth. That's a great lap from him from Pro-Am. Chicherov in seventh. Then we've got Lindfar in 8th, Holloway in 9th, Bruno Fantanozzi in 10th. Then Nieto in 11th, Trevel in 12th, Nathan is in 13th, Polikov 14th, Cliara in 15th, Puglioni in 16th, Ramundo in 17th, Carmelo in 18th, Zambioni in 19th, Terry Dunn in 20th, 21st then for Di Martino, 22nd then for Barry Dunn, Adam Locke in P23, Cisco in P24, Loecki in P25, Richard Vickers there in P26, Then we have Rizzo from P27, Meliot then in P28, Dyer in P29, Spitzen in P30, and in P31 then we've Zatsiev there as well. So it's going to be looking like it's going to be a super race. Ira's mum, brilliant. So Jan is Richard's mum. Thanks very much. Unfortunately, 3 more races time you won't be hearing my voice for supercharged, as I am closing the doors, but it will be moved over to Amigos, so there will be commentary for that, Jan, with the Amigos channel. I've decided to stop running supercharged to pursue other things basically, but we have made sure there's a home for all our drivers, and you'll be able to cheer them on through the Amigos YouTube channel then for that moving forward after 3 races time. But that won't be till January, because obviously with the Christmas time coming in as well. But it should be grand. Right, so now, while we're waiting, what'll I do here? I'm going to press drive anyway, so it saves me doing else. Right, so with the BOP, the Bentley gets minus 40 kgs this evening. The Ford Mustang is minus 3. The NSX is minus 37. Then it's plus 10 kilos to the McLaren. It's no kilos added then to the Audi. The Ferrari 296 is plus 15 kilos. The Porsche is minus 6 kilos. Let me see what else. The M4 is plus 21 kilos. The Lamborghini is plus 7 kilos. And Aston Martin is plus 7 as well. Grand. Then the Mercedes is plus 6, so yeah, quite a bit there. But yeah, it's going to look like it's going to be a good one this evening. I'll probably go with the helicam view on that, and it's beautiful looking at all these lovely liveries out there as well, which is probably my favourite thing. I do custom liveries for drivers, so if they ever need a livery, get in contact with me. And we'll get you sorted. But yeah, no, thank you very much, Jan. Jan is Jan then. I keep saying Jan in case you're from a different country, so it's Jan Vickers. Right, makes sense now. Grand job. But yeah, it will be good. It will be good. And it's very nice to see people's family members coming in and supporting, and even friends. I've seen it in the past with other drivers then with their family coming in and supporting. It's great to see, because sim racing, while people might think it's a video game, there's a lot that goes on for a driver: the practice, the dedication, the discipline. So a lot of these guys, you know, while it's still sitting in a chair, they're living in that moment, they're sweating by the end of it, so it's physical. So it's great to see that the drivers do get the support, and obviously esports is on and up, because these drivers definitely deserve it with the time that goes into it as well. And it won't be too much longer. So for tonight's race, it is 90 minutes long. There is 2 mandatory pit stops with only fuel, so they can choose to only put 2 litres of fuel in if they want, or do a full fuel stop. Obviously, I expect everyone to do the 1 set of tyres. It is Monza. It's going to be crazy. The drop off will be quite big, so there will be at least 1 set of tyres. I think the time lost is not worth it around here to not do that. But yeah, just waiting now, 30 seconds for engines out, and then we get going. Now this is my favourite part of the day. Now it's a long formation lap today. It's not normally what I do, but I decided that today to try and help people get eyed up and ready for turn 1. So they've got a full lap to heat up their tyres and get going. Chris taking it nice and easy. This is the championship leader and the pros to the protagonist there. Doing a very, very, very good job. This is where we see people getting ready for the action that lies ahead. And I am expecting a lot of action, especially with the Pro-Ams. Like, in fairness, the overall time saving it's diving here, I think. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what action they give you, the viewer, as well. And of course they watch it back also. And even right at the back there, they're only getting around turn 1 now. So literally gone through turn 1 is the last car, and Chris Tedder is doing the right thing. He's kind of keeping everyone bunched up together. He knows exactly he does not want to be messing around too much as well. Of course, the game has an end time kind of thing where it stops you from doing a Max Verstappen and sitting waiting on the grid for about 5 minutes. But he's doing it the right way. He's just tipping along. And of course, just to give you a bit of background, Chris is not driving in the Amigos livery or anything got to do with Amigos, because it's the unveiling of his Just Push livery that he has worked on this application with himself, and I think Ian is the name. And yeah, this is the livery they're going to be using for this, and more power to you, Chris. And hopefully the app does take off, because anyone in sim racing, I would absolutely recommend it. There'll be more details in Amigos and that there as well, but definitely recommend it. So yeah, Monza here, coming to Ascari. This is probably my favourite place to see people overtaking, because it's so nerve-wracking. Because you can't really go side by side here. It normally ends up in tiers, but the good drivers can make it happen. And so for me, this is really going to be one of the key features for me, is the side-by-side action here and see who makes it out alive or not. And there will be some sad stories here, because some people might take flight like Ryanair when hitting one of them curbs and will end up in a place called Timbuktu or somewhere like that. So let's get ready. Some cars are weaving. To be honest with you, I found the best thing for building up tyre temperature: ride the brake a little bit, generates the tyre temp through the brake temps, and it's probably more effective than weaving. It's not like F1. As you'll see, some cars will try weave, as they're all now getting very bunched up, getting ready to come into position there. Jeez, a good few are out of position. So this is where you start to see them all lining up now. This is going to be not a daunting task at all for Chris, because it's a long enough run down to turn 1. Enough time for the likes of Pavlov in that Ford. That's a monster. So it'd be interesting to see, can Matthew hold off anyone as well, because the Honda mightn't be as good. It's all going to come into play soon enough. So as Chris there is keeping his tyres nice and warm with the brakes. Chris is waiting, and we are off. Chris got a great start there. I think he caught Pavlov off it. Matthew might have caught Pavlov as well, because Matthew is after getting by. Now, does he stay by is the thing. He's got the inside line. Chris is now ahead of Pavlov. Pavlov is essentially boxed in. Chris was going to stop on Matty for going from the inside move. Chris has ran wide, but Matty is there with him. Matty is now on the outside, but Matty's got the move done. Look at Tom Solis is fighting Pavlov on the way out of that corner as well. So Tom Solis is after getting by. That was a great move from Solis there as well. So Pavlov, after losing 2 positions on the opening lap, but the might of that Ford though is coming back now, and as the inside line, I think he will reclaim 3rd place here. Solis has to think the better of that one there. That is absolutely top-notch stuff there from the guys there. Matthew needed to get that done. He's right there now with Chris Tedder. Further back then, Chico Lindfar sticks to kind of where he was. There doesn't seem to be any horror stories, as all cars seem to have got through. They all remember that there is the double penalties there. As I say that though, Terry, oh my god. Okay, I got that wrong. I take back what I've just said. Right, so Terry Dunn, oh, he gets banged by one of the M4R guys, but Terry has not held his brakes at all. And call. Oh my god. Wow. That's all I'll say on that one there is wow. God damn. Stewards are going to be busy with that one, but Chris Tedder is ahead of Matty Gamble. This is going to be an interesting one. Solis under a bit of pressure now from the other Ford there of Carlo. You know, these Fords are menacing down the straight, while the McLaren looks the faster the cars. That big grunty V8 in that Ford gives it a sick top speed. Matty Gamble has the fastest lap on the opening lap, it seems. So unfortunately for Tom, while he might be faster in the middle sector, the Fords are just the almighty power of them. It's next level here. So Tom has to just be patient. He's sitting right on the bumper there, but has nowhere to go there. Holloway though is with Chico Linfar Nieto just behind Bruno Fantanozzi. He's lost the position in the start. Nathan Moran sitting in third for the Pro-Ams, with Will Told actually out in the lead for the Pro-Ams. Good to see him up there in the lead in the Audi. Then Nieto is second for them. Trevel is in P13 there doing a decent job. Unfortunately, he did lose a position on the start. He started in P12, but it definitely could be a lot worse than that, as we've seen a second ago. Andy Polycott though, great stuff from him. Unfortunately, he has lost one position as well, but these things do happen. Paolo Cisco here is actually after going up 6 positions on that race start there. And other winners of that there would be the likes of Richard Vickers, who is up 2 positions. Spitzen's up 7, Dyer's up 7, Rizoff's up 6, Lewowski is up then 5 positions. Biggest loser there is Gamello, down 11 positions. Adam Locke's down 2 from where he started because of all that craziness at the start. Barry and Terry Dunn are down some as well, and Martino James Elliott then is down 2. Zatsiev is exactly where he started because he's gone into the pits, I'm sure, to get definitely probably a new nose or full new car, to be honest, after that incident. But he's got it out there, and that's the main thing anyway. Chris Tedder has Matty Gamble only half a second off, so Matty Gamble at this phase is on fire. Chris though will not at all crack. Chris fancies a win. He can smell a win this evening. I'm sure he'll do everything in his power to get that win, of course. So Matty's down to 0.2 of a second. So a good thing for Matty is he's getting the tow as well from the Bentley. I think in an overall drag race the Honda would lose. But a bit madness here. So Holloway's by Will Told. Will Told has Nieto behind, but then they have Bruno Fantanozzi, who they need to let kind of buy there as well. And that's Nathan Moran as well with them. Nathan's not getting involved. Well, I suppose if they have the pace, they're allowed to be involved. So it's really down to Bruno, supposed to make the move as I stated in the rules. If the drivers are on similar lap times, they don't have to really get out of the way. There's not much you can do, regardless of split. But yeah, Bruno doing a decent job there as well. Chicharov there. Malaya doing a very, very, very good job. Right behind Tom Solis there. And be interesting to see how he goes. Dyer there for 0 Point Racing. Doing a good job. He's broken. Surprised Ryan O'Sullivan isn't there, but I know he got a penalty in the last race. Galameo is after getting by who we're looking at here, Vincenzo Di Martino. Hit a damage on the Aston Martin as well due to that race start. At the back there was a bit of an incident. Bruno trying to put the pressure on Nieto. I think Nieto might just have to let him go. I know there's a car ahead of him that he's racing with, but they need to be aware of the rules. If a driver is faster, they're gonna have to get out of the way. There's, like, you know, that's what it's down. It's in the book. So Matty Gamble, after losing a position there due to the Ford's absolute mega power, and this, it looks like Pavlov is trying to regain what he lost. Although Matthew gets a much better exit, but the Ford we know here is just going to get on song in about third, fourth gear there. As you see now, they're side by side, but the thing about it is you've got this other Ford coming. Matthew Gamble's going to be swallowed up here. He's going to go from second to possibly fourth in the space of a corner. But the Ford has to be patient. Matty's the inside line, but Matty's not even over fighting that. Just has to wait. Oh, nicely done by Matty, because Pavlov has made the error. Matthew now is the inside line. Matthew holds back second, and what's good for him is then the EOS Ford has got by Pavlov as well. So now I don't know why he's giving the flashers to Matty. Matty's not going to fall for that. He's an experienced driver. But this is great stuff here. It's just unfortunate. The Ford is just, it's so fast, even with a bot. It's just silly how fast that car is. 290 kilometers an hour as it does on the North Life Straight. But other cars do about 270, 280. It's a bit over, I think a bit overpowered, but that's my opinion. But great to see people using it anyway, nonetheless. I love seeing all the different cars out there. I might be gambling an old car now at this stage, and a car not favoured, because it will absolutely kill you, the Honda NSX, but Matty's become kind of used to it now, it seems. And while that's happening, I don't want to be sticking on the one thing. I'll just wait till the end of the straight, see how much the Ford pulls in on him. Because it looks like it's coming like a train now, and this is the thing. Look at the top speed in this thing. He was thinking about it. But I'm going to jump back onto Bruno Fantanossi, who is looking up the inside here of Wilthold, and Wilthold lets him by. Fantanossi gets it absolutely wrong, but will stay ahead, and probably look better off staying ahead if he's a different split. Yeah, Wilthold does. Whoa, Wilthold's coming back at him. Trevel, who was just on with though, doing a decent job. Back up to where he started now, and is looking to try push forward. The next car to roll from is Nathan Warren. Terry Dunn is in the pits there. Elliott doing a good job. I think they've done a pit stop. No, Melia hasn't. So Zatsiev has, and Terry Dunn now has. Everyone else actually hasn't done a pit stop. I may stop lying to you. So Matty Gamble, 4.3 seconds off Tether. This has been a godsend for Tether. This fight in here, look at the gap it's after creating in the last few laps there. Solis though under a bit of pressure now from Chicherov, 0.3 of a second off. These are similar kind of pace cars around here in Monza as well, so it'll be interesting. Can he find a way to make Tom make an error? And it's very rare though Tom would make an error. I think we've only seen one real one this season. I'm just going to back on here as Matty is under pressure. It's going to be a lot of an ass there for the EOS car to be trying to push around the outside, but he's a lot closer now to Matty this time round. I do feel Matty is definitely under a bit of pressure here. He's not going to be able to hold off the Ford this time round, I don't think, even with the other car ahead for the tow, or the slight tow should I say. Matty holds the inside line, he's done the right thing. Well done to Matty. So that was, he's going to have to let the cars by. If he doesn't, that's a blatant advantage, not just on Matty but on the car behind as well. Stewart's going to deal with that after the race. Back now to Tom Solis, who is under a little bit of pressure, as we were saying there, from Chichera, but he's getting involved in this Pavlov Matthew Gamble ordeal. So let's see how this one works out. Holloway behind them there, doing a decent job as well, what we're told. Right, back further, Puglioni and Policott are having a bit of a fight there as well, as we're jumping on with that, as the camera catches up. So you've got Ferrari versus Ferrari versus Ferrari versus Mercedes. Policott there doing a decent job. Puglioni, Raimondo and Cisco trying to get involved with that. And Dyer in that Ford, I think it is, he's in, is looking to try and get into the mix as well. He's got some damage as well for the 0-point racing car. Oh, as Policott's gone around. Let's see what happened on there. If I can get on with him, we'll go back 15 seconds, and we can. Did he just take the curb? Oh, he just got it sideways in the way and then clipped the curb on the way out. Oh my god. Wow. Not the most ideal place to be stopped, but unfortunately, he's done the right thing by keeping it on the brakes. That was unfortunate. So Spitz in now, doing a decent job. Adam Locke's actually under a bit of pressure now. So Barry Dunn is putting the pressure on Mr. Locke as Dyer is in the pits. So Adam Locke there doing a good job. He's averaging decent lap times as well. That was the fastest lap of the race so far last lap round. 149s. So he actually has the pace of kind of the top 10. I suppose the lower half of the top 10, and the higher half of the top 10 you're talking 147s like Chris did the last lap of 147.7, the fastest lap of the race so far. Not a bad lap time for a Wash driver. Gamble now 3.9 seconds off, and we have now EOS is behind again. Pavlov just behind it again. So these are all super close in pace. Tom Solis has lost out to Chicharov there as well. I've missed that with everything else that was going on. So Chicharov has got by Solis. Although Solis is trying to get by, he's tucked under the back of that car there and doing all he can. He sent it around the outside of Parabolica. I'm just wondering, 77 should have a much better exit then, because they'll be able to get on the power fully, especially with Tom running wide like that. Matthew Gamble and now Mr. EOS side by side again. Matthew though getting the toe back early. Matthew's going to go for the outside. Oh Jesus, that was not leaving any room at all. Bruno Fantinosi gets by Wilthold. Let's just have a quick look at that one there. That was just a simple getting out of the way. But that's how you let a car by under blue flag rules. Perfect. Brilliant stuff with Hold. Lost literally nearly no time there at all doing that as well. I love that. Fair play to him. That's what it's all about. So Matty Gamble and Pavlov still there with EOS. Holloway's on the back of Chicharov here now as well. So Holloway looking to get involved in this. So Solis now is very much aware Holloway and Fantinosi are closing in on these. And I'm sure not too happy about that as Lean Farr gets by Polycott there. So Lean Farr very much out of position. Did he have a moment, I wonder? Let me check the log. So number 79, let me see. There's two different replays for 79 here. So that replay, a bit of tappity tap. And then there's one a little bit after. Let's have a look here. There's a tiny bit of a tappy tap as well, not much. Okay, I don't know. I think Chico is definitely out of position anyway. So I'll be interested to see what happened to him, because especially with no pit stops for him, something's not right there, unless I missed something. But back on with Richard Vickers, doing a fantastic job now. He's up 4 positions. And running quite decent lap times in the low 150s. So this is great. His progression this season's been good. It's his 4th season with ourselves, and of course he'll move over then to the Amigo side once we do. And yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on the progression there, just because I'm not going to be running my community anymore. Doesn't mean I won't be keeping an eye on everything that's going on. I'm still in Amigos Discord, and I will still keep an eye and make sure everyone's having great racing as always. I'm going to jump on with Dyer here, who's having a bit of a fight now with Meliat. Is that a Gears of War livery? Ghost Rider. That is Gears of War, wow. Oh wow. Bit of sideways action for the Camry, showboating, that's all that is. Back on with Richard here, who's actually putting on a bit of a fight now with Rizov. Both of them in the Porsche, who is braver. At the minute, I think what Richard is doing is smart racing. He's just kind of waiting to cause the driver ahead to feel the pressure like so, and maybe make a mistake there. He's getting a bit frustrated there, getting the lights flashing. He obviously has a bit more pace in him and wants to get moving up. So let's see how they attack this. So he gets a little bit sideways after the curve. That kind of always happens. They can carry more speed through there, because you're not doing nearly a car with wider as well. So maybe there's a bit of time on the table for them in the likes of those corners where they're not running wide enough using all the track. Nicely done for the first sector. Can he get the better exit? It looks like he has done. Oh, this is it now. This has to be the move. Side by side, he took a much nicer line through Ascari there, able to carry the speed through it. Gets the exit. Is ahead. Doesn't have the inside line, but doesn't needs to be smart here. Although it looks like that's it. Job done and dusted. Well done to Richard. Up into P21 he goes. Brilliant stuff. On McLeod there as well, who's looking to try and find a way by Nathan Moran. Chicharov, Holloway, Fantanozzi and Wiltold are all in a bit of a train at the minute. And the head of that train is Solis, although he's 1.6 seconds cleared of Chicharov, so he's made a bit of a gap there. So maybe Chicharov now needs to reconsider life options here. Matthew Gambolo just got a move done on EOS. Let's see, they pull in right behind them. This is really aggressive stuff from them. Oh, massive sideways action there. He's going to be under pressure now from Pavlov. Both an equal machinery. He's going to have to hold the inside line there. Pavlov though carrying a bit more speed, but surely won't get that move done in Ascari. Let's jump on and see here. No, he doesn't this time round. So Matthew Gamble has about a half second of a breather. But as you can see, them guys are absolutely on it behind him as well. So Matty Gamble will be under big pressure here because these fours in a straight line, it's just ridiculous. And we'll have a look to see how that goes down the main straight, as it's after dropping a 10th down that straight. But this is where you're going to see a big toe coming in here now. He's gained a 10th, so he's lost a 10th. Is Matty just down there? I reckon Matty's going to be holding that inside line and hoping to maybe hold a position. If it doesn't happen here, possibly turn 2, then he's going to be under massive pressure. It all depends here. Matty squeezing, very fairly squeezing as well. EOS would have just cut his nose off him. Nice exit there from Matty as well. Can he hold off the pressure? Coming up now into what I call turn 2. He's going to have to give him the outside line there. Oh, that was a super aggressive move there. He's made it work this time around, but I think that's due to the other drivers being quite cautious. That was super aggressive. Let's see what Matthew can do with that. So Chris Tedder now has loved this because he's out in the lead now by 7.1 seconds, 20 minutes into the race. He can just relax a bit now, maybe turn on a bit of Taylor Swift and have a cup of coffee when he's driving. But back further, Chiara having that fight with Nathan Moran still. Raimundo and Cisco are also having a battle there behind as well. Raimundo though is still slightly in the lead, but not for long. Raimundo is, but Cisco here seems to be having a bit more grunt, down to 0.1 of a second. He's surely not going to go for it. Oh, he's throwing the dummy, but decided to get out of it. Gets on the brakes a bit earlier and is going to try and maybe get a better exit here. Pull back in that time. I do feel probably a bit cautious there. Spitzin and Chico leaned far with Loechi there. So I'm surprised Chico is further down than I expected. I know Chico doesn't race as much, so to be fair, that's fine as well. The cobwebs are there. I can say the same for Adam Locke and a few others as well. Adam Locke, as I speak, is actually in the pits for his first pit stop. Di Martino has actually done all his pit stops already. The only driver to complete both of them. So I reckon in around the half an hour mark we should start to see some drivers pitting. But for you, the viewers, can you just vote on who you'd love to see a hot lap with? Where I shut up, we go on board and we just enjoy the pure lap that it is. So I'll give you 3 or 4 minutes there to decide on that, so get your votes in. Just name the driver who you'd like to do an on-board lap with in any of the comments, be it on Kick, YouTube or on Twitch. And the most votes then will absolutely get the on-board lap. So please let me know. Now looking back, Chico Linfar is actually right beside Spitzen this time and has the better line. Spitzen's going to run wide. Chico gets the job done. Great stuff from Chico. Another position gained. Vickers and Loechi are in the pits there as well. Aaron Holloway now is actually quite close to Chicharo. This is the closest I've seen Aaron in a bit. Now, can he get anything done out of this is the question. Both of them taking quite a bit of curbing. Oh, Aaron, this has to be it now. You're getting the toe. Throw it to the outside. Lately throws the outside, tries to go later on the brakes. This is the thing though, he needs to be able to carry the speed through. Aaron's doing it. That's a job and a half if he's able to continue this on. 77 though, still right there with him. There's nothing in it there. It's a drag race at the minute, and the same 77's drag race is working out for them. Although they have to look out though for that other car. Jesus Christ, that was close. And Aaron gets up the inside. Oh, what a move by Aaron Holloway there. That's absolutely beautiful on Chicharo. And now Bruno Fantanozzi is right behind him looking for a way by. And I like to call Bruno Daniel Ricciardo in terms of the late braking Ricciardo. And brilliant stuff there from him. So Chicharo there trying to come back at Holloway, but not enough there to do anything about that. Bruno right there also. Spitzing though, right there with Chico Leanfar as well. Chico is trying to do everything he can, but Spitzing is doing enough at the minute. Puglioni as well, having a little bit of a battle there with Barry Dunn. The rest have done several pit stops, so they're not really in the phase for now, to be fair about it. Back on with Bruno with Chicharo. It is all popping off. So I'm going to do an onboard lap now, and there's been a few comments I see. I'm going to go with, because they're all actually even comments, let's do an onboard with Mr. Andy Polycott, but we wait for him to do his full lap. So no pressure for Andy if anyone's watching for Andy. As he's coming around there with Adam Locke actually behind him as well, which is awesome. So it's an Italian car in its home race in Monza, which is brilliant. So as he comes around, then I'm going to shut up for a lap and let Polycott bring you on a tour of Monza. Enjoy, guys. I tell you, I'm loving that sound too much as well. That sounds great going around, but good stuff there from him. I'm going to jump back on now with Matty Gamble, as he's now running P4. Of course, the might of the Ford has eventually caught him. But also, pit stops have a strategy play, so it will be interesting to see how that does go. Back on though, we're going to jump back on actually with Barry Dunn, who is only 0.1 of a second off Puglioni now. And let's see how this one plays out. Been interesting now. He's just not far enough up the side of him to make that stick and be warranted room at that corner there. He just has to bide his time. I do feel the Beamer is a slightly better car around this track as well, so let's see how he gets on now coming up towards Ascari. He's 0.2 of a second on the exit of that corner. Can he rein it in? He's down to 0.1. He'd probably be upside by side, throw a dummy possibly here and go for the move up towards Parabolica or down the main straight. Does throw the dummy. It's like I can tell the future. So let's see how he goes here. So he's actually after losing quite a bit of time there. He's had a bad exit from Ascari. As Raimondo and Wiltold are in the pits there, doing their job. And that's it for now with the pit stops. Gichero though is still sitting close enough to Holloway. Bruno Fantanosi's dropped off a little bit from that battle. Chico Linfar is pushing forward with Sonny Bioni now, who are popping down to Mr. Cisco. They're seeking to get by. Of course, Chico though is in a higher split, but then again it is all pace related there as well at the minute. Chico's not shown overall consistency that I expect from him, but he is running it like a second faster. These guys need to get out of his way. He's in the 48s consistently. So this 5 corner rule, it does count for these guys. Once he's within half a second, they need to remember that. Oh, Chico was way too wide on that there, as Rizov is now in the pits as well. So that is Zatsiev by quite handy. Looking then up further, there's still a few battles going on. It's starting to spread out. As you see, Terry Dunn and Di Martino have actually completed both their pit stops already, which for me I think is crazy. But fair play to them, because at least now they can just focus on the main race and make sure to try and pull positions back. Obviously, it's quite a tough one when you're doing both pit stops and demoralising that you're a lap down. But it comes back to you then once the other guys pit, then you come back into play and possibly with that free air get a good one there. As you see, a nice blue flag move there, and that's a few of the guys up. That's Nieto in the pits there as well. Oh wow, Carlo has jumped into pits, first of the top runners from P2 pits. This is going to be a good one now. Let's see how Carlo gets on here. I'm going to check as well. I'm going to keep an eye on the pit time with Carlo to see how long he stops for. He's going to do tyres this time around. He's stopped over 30 seconds now. It's normally about 33 to 34 seconds for a pit stop with tyres. 34 seconds exactly, excuse me. Yeah, so 34 seconds stopped, which will mean a 1 minute and 7 second pit stop from entering the pits to exit. And a quick one for you as well. So the top speed of cars out there. So Matty Gamble's car with its hose doing 282 kilometers an hour. So he's actually got very good high speed as well, as he runs quite wide as we're on with him. There is the fastest car though is this one here is Carlo's. It's 284 kilometers an hour down that main straight. So it's absolutely a rocket ship. Bentley 278 kilometers an hour. So similar enough. The slowest car out there 275 is on even less. 272. So that's share between Luecki, Gamello and Melia all running 272. I'm surprised that's the figure they're only getting. Maybe running a bit too much aero on the track, and it is going to cost them that little bit as well. But this is the joys of having individuals setting up their cars. People like a different feel to a car. Unfortunately, some might just run too much aero and it will hurt. So Chiara is in the pits there as well. Chikcherov is right there now with Holloway, doing a good job there. Holloway now is going to be under a little bit of pressure, but not too much. He sees the car there, but he didn't know what to do. Throws a little bit of a dummy, but sure. An experienced driver will know a dummy's only a dummy. Means nothing, especially with a few tenths to spare as well. Now looking for more action for you guys, as that one wide there is from one of the back markers there. Chico Lindfar is now less than a second off Cisco for P10. Chico has not pitted yet. Doing a great job, either of all the guys in front of him to be fair, and a few behind as well. So Chico having a good phase of this race. Richard Vickers down in P27, but of course has done one pit stop. Adam Locke then is behind him. Adam Locke is right behind it looks like Andy Polycock. Raimundo and Chiara. Where's Chiara on this one? Only coming around now, so that must be a pit exit for him. That's all that was. On now with Dyer and Dunn, as these two are on it. So Brogan Dyer and Barry Dunn, the two BBs. Or BDs should I say, doing a good job. Let's see, can the Beamer hold off that Ford? Doesn't look like it after that exit. Look how fast that Ford is, it's just crazy, and even able to pull back in for Ascari and get the move done with confidence. That is brilliant. So Tedder now is 11.5 seconds ahead of Pavlov. Matthew Gamble is nearly 2.5 seconds behind Pavlov with the live time, and I can see, I know you can only see it sector by sector, which is crazy. But fastest lap of the race has been stolen from Chris Tedder, and it's now with Dyer there, 1:47.067. So I'm sure Tedder will want to at some stage try and grab that back. It's always quite satisfying for the faster drivers like that who are going to win the race. They would like to try and get the fastest lap as well. Doesn't mean they'll always get it, they'll like it. But yeah, as we continue on here, Bruno Fantanozzi looks like he's got the job done. Let's go back 15 seconds to see this. Fantanozzi around the outside there of Chikcherov was able to get that done. Chikcherov had a bad exit from the corner before, and it was just enough time. You don't give Bruno a little nudge like that, a little eye, because it's never going to work out well for you. He will get by. So Bruno has been freed and is now by up into P6. Chico Lindfar now less than half a second off Cisco ahead, so I do feel Cisco will have to move out of the way. Of course, with the 5-corner rule, they need to do that also. Let's have a look here. So going around Parabolica there, the Mercedes sticking to their line. Chico down to 0.2 of a second. He's moving out of the way, fair play to him. Does it in a respectable place. Brilliant stuff there, absolutely lovely jubbly job there. Thank you very much. Now, so everyone else, it's kind of spreading out now. This is the phase of the race where you nearly want to know how good you are at guessing where everyone's going to be, because some have stopped once, some have stopped twice, some are yet to stop. I would assume by in 9 minutes time we should have pretty much all the people who haven't stopped in for at least one pit stop. They'll probably do the tyre change in around halfway through and then get on with it, and then do the splash and dash near the end. So that will be something I'll be keeping an eye on here, as we are over 36 minutes now into this race, and being some great action. And this is the time now where we look. Dyer's fastest lap has just gone again for their last lap, just gone 1:47.052 out of him. Great stuff. Zatsiev is getting close to Chiara now. Good stuff there though. Half a second between them. So biggest gainers of the race up 17 positions. So 17 positions. Biggest gainer is Spitzen. 13 positions, and for Cisco, Dwyer is actually 14 positions. Of course, a few of these guys did have quali bans because we run a penalty point system as well. You build up getting involved in enough incidents, you will get quali bans, race bans, and stuff like that as well. And good stuff there. Zatsiev is up 10 positions. Let me see, we do have others that are up positions as well. 18 positions actually for Spitz and mate that. Zambioni's up 8 positions. In the pits is Cisco. Holloway's up 3, Bruno Fantanosi's up 4, Solis is up 1, Trevel and Nathan Moran are both up 4 positions also. The biggest loser is, what, 15 positions. That biggest loser is Will Told at the minute. Of course, pit stops are playing into this. And then Carlo as well is down 13 positions. I do feel Carlo probably got stuck in a lot of traffic. And I think that's going to hurt him in his race against both Pavlov and Matthew Gamble. So possibly picking the wrong time to pit, which would be very unfortunate for him. As we are going through. And let me know, whoever's watching, let me know who you think the best livery is today as well. I'd love to see what everyone's opinion is on that. There is some beautiful liveries out there. So gaps, there's kind of no one really super close yet. Holloway is slowly pulling in. Solis though, it's close to under a second now. So that one will be one to look at soon enough. They were close enough in a race the other week as well. So Gamble is starting to slowly pull in their time to Pavlov here. But then at the exit of that corner, Pavlov in that Ford is just next level. So Matthew Gamble needs to try and do all he can do. Chris Tedder is 11 seconds ahead of Pavlov, so that's kind of stayed where it is. Tedder's last lap wasn't a great lap. He actually lost out on a few tenths as well. He didn't have a great lap there, so he just needs to kind of maybe regain his head and not get too distracted with having his Taylor Swift on in his ears and having a cup of tea. But all is going well for these guys so far. No major incidents other than the one with Barry Dunn and half the field at the start. But yeah, other than that, it's actually been fairly okay sailing. I do hear one car ticking over though. That's Melia in the pits. Or an Aston? Yeah, the Aston is after pulling off, but getting back going. He might have maybe had a problem with their wheel. They're back out and going now, which is good to see for Vincenzo Di Martino. Aaron Holloway though is now super close to Mr. Solis here, so let's see what Aaron and Tom can produce for us here today. The last lap for Aaron was his personal best. Pavlov's personal best was his last lap just now. Let's see, has that changed for Aaron? Yet another personal best for Aaron there, 148.1. This is looking like a great tow there. Tom though sticking to the inside line. Great stuff there with the boys, keeping it nice and tidy. As I say that, possibly getting a bit close, but that's the nature of that corner. You just got to be patient with it. And well done to them, they've gotten through it. Brilliant stuff. And away goes Aaron Holloway. Fair play to him. Next up for him then is Matty Gamble, but he's about 5.6 seconds off that. Tom Solis is not going anywhere yet. Chico Lindfar is now looking at Mr. Warren. And I'm sure this won't be too much of a thing as well. Not this time from yet. Job from both of them. So Solis actually sticking with Holloway more than I expected. Spitzen's in the pits there. Will Toad now is starting to pull up to Zatsiev. Gamello's pulling up to Puglioni. So we're starting to maybe get a few battles here. As it looks like there, that is nice and easy. That's just getting out of the way of a faster split car. That's fine. Nathan Warren looks like he's finally letting Chico by. Looks like, and he has done. You can see the racer in him seeing to try to dummy move back, but realise it's a different split. Eager to get going. Thank you, Nathan Warren, as well, for joining on our team for the past while racing with myself and repping our livery. You've been an absolute legend, and I'm looking forward to doing a few races with you, hopefully over the Christmas time if you're on, and getting maybe one or two endurances there as well. Trevel is after passing Matty because Matty's in the pits. Now, Matty in terms of car load, this will be interesting. Will Matty be able to stay ahead of Carlo? Chico Lindfar is also in the pits. So we Matty gamble. Looking at the pit stop times there. Oh, Matty done a splash and dash, so he's of course going to stay ahead. And that's probably a smart thing for him. If he's comfortable with the tyres, then he's going to be super fast at the end with a fresh set of rubber on him as well. So possibly a smart move from him, and he holds position from him. So Dyer is just going ahead of him there. Good stuff there from him. On with Chikcharov now, and they're close enough to Bruno Fantanozzi, but not close enough though to put on any action. Be a little biased. The boost livery is very smart. I like number 58 too. Ah, nice, yeah. Aaron's one, I've made him a Williams livery, but this one he made for himself for the new era. Yeah, Aaron's a legend there. I do like that as well. I like Heather's new livery as well, this Just Push livery. It's quite simple but nice. It's obviously got to do with the application. Of course, I'm going to be absolutely biased though to my lovely supercharged liveries on both this and Nathan Warren's McLaren, as I had developed this livery for our team. Quite a simplistic one. We had other more kind of complicated ones, but eventually laid out on this one because it's a much simpler one to implement onto various different cars. But I do love the boost livery, who doesn't? I do love a Cabri boost as well. It's been a long time though. Cup of tea with a Cabri boost bar. Job's a good one. So now Mr. Carlu getting by another of the Pro-Ams with Nathan Warren and Solis and Zanibioni in the pits, and Matty Campbell is now back in the pits for a second pit stop. Matty likes to do this, so he's going for the tyres now. That's all his stops done and dusted. Interesting, very interesting. Chikcharov now is fighting hard with Bruno Fantanozzi as we look at them going up now towards Ascari. So Tedder is now 10.4 seconds ahead of Pavlov. Doing a good job. Jeez, the pit stop, like you've got Satsiev, Polycop, Warren Zanibioni, Gamble. There's one or two more in there. Meliot's in there. So it's quite close there. So that's the view you're looking at there from Chikcharov. Trying to show a dummy, he's not going to go for it, he's too far back. He's trying to make Bruno run wide there. You can understand why he's trying to do what he's doing. But on the likes of an experienced driver, it doesn't really happen that often where you'd make them make a silly mistake like that. So it really all depends. And actually, John, does Richard make his own liveries, or does he just download them? Oh, as sideways goes Chris Tedder there. Somehow kept it going. He's absolutely throwing it around the place. As Pavlov is in the pits, or I'll call him Pavlova for one of the last times. As Chikcharov now still chasing down Bruno Fantanozzi. So Matthew Gamble ends up down in 20th after both pit stops done and dusted, but of course that'll change. But the biggest thing for him is he's got fresh air. Bruno Fantanozzi behind him. got a lot of work to do, and Chiara's just lost out there on a position to Spitzen, but that's letting the faster split car by, so fair play to him, or her, I don't know. As Holloway and Dyer are both in the pits as well. So pretty much Trevel, Chikcherov, Fantanozzi, Tedder, Barry Dunn that is, are all yet to pit. Everybody else has done at least one pit stop. Matty Gamble's done all his, Holloway now has done all his, Dyer's now done all of his as well. And I'm assuming these are going to be the longer ones for the boys. Did Dyer get ahead of Matthew Gamble? He did. What? Check Matty Gamble's last one was a 32. Dyer was 25 seconds. Is he just doing fueling? If he hasn't done tyres, that's a huge mistake. Holloway, though, fair play to him, has somehow got ahead of Matty Gamble, which I'm shocked at. I don't know. Did Matty get involved in something? Tedder's in the pits, Chikcherov, Fantanozzi. Trevel has stayed out, getting a glory lap in the lead. Wow. I'm more interested here to Chikcherov. Tedder is out, but Bruno, Chikcherov, Bruno's on the way. Let's see, does he get ahead of Chikcherov? It looks like he has. Chikcherov hasn't dropped yet. I'm surprised it hasn't. Chikcherov's still sitting there. Now he's dropped, so Bruno has had a faster pit stop there, and that's definitely going to help him out there. As Lienfar and Chiara swap positions, of course, two different splits. It's what we expect. Chico is actually having a good race now. He is starting to pull a few moves. Richard Vickers, though, half a second off. It looks like Andy Podicott. Yeah, I think I like the fact he was telling me about the Aston with the Cadbury's cream egg livery. That's awesome. I do livery design as well, so I do love looking at other people's liveries and paying homage to them as well. Does he work for Cadbury's or something, or is it just he loves Cadbury's? The cream egg, though, I could live without them. They're not something I love. I think Cadbury's, Jan, I'm going to make a bold prediction, isn't the same as what I used to be. Ever since they sold, is it the Hershey's or whatever that company is, they've absolutely ruined the Cadbury's, like dairy milk and stuff like that. In my opinion, anyway. It's just not the same. I'm not sure would many agree or disagree, but it is my opinion at the least. As we're on by Will Told here, Raimundo is under pressure from Will Told. And that's a fair overtake because he's faster. Chikcherov, though, right there also looking for a way boy. Now Chikcherov is carrying more speed. I'm sure he'll have the inside line possibly into Parabolica. I'm expecting that, although maybe not. Oh, he is up the inside. Yeah, done and dusted. Chico Lienfar now is trying to catch up with Mr. Spitzen. Is about 0.6 of a second off at the minute. But doing what he can do. Cisco is trying to catch up with Warren as well. Back further, Richard's still about half a second to 0.6 off. So this will be a battle for a while, I reckon. Our Andy is experienced at racing, so he will do his best. Richard is doing a top class job out there. This has been a strong race from today in terms of not just pace but also just the racecraft as well. He's been very patient for the most part, trying to just get the job done. He's flashed a little bit, which I always do anyway, to annoy people, and they're not the same, John. It's just it's sad. And even for the size of the bar you get now, they're half the size they used to be. Probably not a bad thing. But then again, the chocolate was probably more pure back then and less crap in it than it is now. And Chico Lienfar has that job done and dusted. And the 8th, though, is trying to catch up with Dunn. interesting Trevel hasn't gone for tyres now, because it'd make more sense to kind of get halfway through the race to have consistent pace the whole race. So not understanding myself what the reason is for not doing so, but I'm sure there might be a method to their madness. What's confusing me more so is the fact that Holloway's got the jump on Mr. Matty Gamble, but Matty Gamble now is catching him. So that has been a shock for me. And the fact that Dyer has got by both of them as well. Ah, yeah, no, it still have calories, but it's definitely not the same as it used to be. Like, well, I was born in '87, so I just remember it through the '90s. And all. It's probably a bit of nostalgia when you look back at stuff when you're younger, though, as well, and think it was better. I'm finally at the age where I'm like, things were better on my day. But, yeah, I don't think it's the same. It's the same as Lucasade. Like, the Lucasade has changed. Don't get me started on that. It drives me absolutely bonkers. Don't know what it is they changed in it, but it's rough. Now, Jan, I'm going to ask you a serious question. It's been a while since I asked this in a stream to a viewer. What's your favourite crisp sandwich? Now, I need to know whether you butter it, and I need to know the flavour of the crisp and what brand of crisp. These are all very important factors. Whoa. I was trying to move one thing. I was trying to move that to there. They're all very important things that I need to know. So let me know what your favourite crisp sandwich is. And anyone who's watching, whether you're on Twitch, Kick, or on YouTube. Solace looks like he's got the job done on Nito at last. And his boy next up for him is done. Chikcharov is starting to put the pressure on, Will told, not by enough though. So Dyer and Warren have swapped positions there. Warren, of course, is in a battle for 2, 3. We don't know yet by the time all the pit stops go through. So Vickers now has a possibility of getting 2 positions. Polycott, though, has got by Zatsiev. Zatsiev looks like they've lost out there, so now Vickers needs to be patient. Peter Phelan, what's the crack? How are you getting on, man? Hopefully you're doing well. And Zatsiev got back by Polycott. Smart place for Polycott to do it. So at least now they can focus ahead of them. Nathan Warren, though, still going strong with Cisco. Just ahead half a second with them there. Dyer only 0.6 of a second then to Cleara. Back and further, Barry Dunn now is only 0.4 of a second off Nieto. So we're starting to see the battles coming back in. You've got Chikcharov there with Will Told as well. Prawn cocktail walkers, okay. I can live with that one. Not a bad choice, to be fair. Walkers do have a decent one. And the fact you use real butter as well, you get extra points for that. Brilliant stuff. So, looking through now, it is getting super close here with Dyer and with Cleara. Dyer does get the job done there. Doing a great job now, Brogan is. He's found pace somewhere. So you're just waiting on the new wheel to come. Nice one, Mr. Phelan. That's what we like to hear. Be good to see you back in the sim racing world. Fair play to you. What's your favourite crisp sandwich, Peter, as well? Since we're on the subject, I might as well get you involved, mate. These are important questions I'm asking here tonight. As Fantanosy gets by Dunn, of course, different splits. Not going to be the biggest deal. Richard is still trying to work on Polycott. It's going to take a while. Brilliant stuff there. Richard still doing as good as he can do. He is actually a little bit closer this time round. Whoa. That's Polycock gone into the pit, so Richard gets by now. He's actually up into P23 now, with Galileo, Lewecki and all pitting in front of him there, so good job for Richard. Although they all will have had done their last pit, so he does need to get his last pit stop done in the next, obviously he's half an hour to do so, it's no big deal really. Oh, that was a Honda going backwards. I'm pretty sure that was Melliot. Oh Jesus Christ, he needs to get off that line. I don't know what he's doing. He's going back to the pits. He's having a tough time today, he is, but it's all about these learning curves. You learn from them, go back out there and push forward with them. Melliot's a really nice guy as well. So Raimundo in the pits now as well. Fantanozzi with the 8 though, still going strong. Trevel is still not pitted as of yet. I think him and Dunn now are the only two people not to have pitted. Oh yeah, a bit of Tato. Do you know what? I absolutely loved Tato Brennan's bread and a bit of Kerrygold on it. Cannot go wrong, Peter. I won't be having one of them for a while, but I tell you one thing, they're unreal. There's a bit of sideways action there from Trevel. Holds it well through the parabolica. And if you're feeling a bit bougie, then get a bit of sliced ham onto it and a bit of cheese as well. Make it into a fancy sandwich. If you're feeling a bit posh. Gamble half a second off Holloway. Cisco about half a second off Dyer. There's a bit of everything going on there. It's getting quite busy. Then, yeah, Dyer then and Spitzen as well. Nathan Warren here. That's Satsiev getting by there. They're different splits, so that makes no difference for them. Holloway though, feeling the pressure away, Matty Gamble. These boys are waiting for everyone else ahead to get out of the way. Stop go 30 for Andy Polycott. Oh wow. Andy, a madman. Going too fast into the pits. As Cliara loses out on a position there as well. It's all going on. Will Told is in the pits. Spitzen is going into the pits. Cisco looks like he's staying out. He is indeed. All the other three are staying out there. Bruno Fantanozzi half a second now off. Doing good stuff. Tether though is absolutely flying out front as well. Going back into a Matty Gamble. It's the closest he's been in a while with Aaron Holloway. We do have a back marker there with, well, not a back marker, a slower split should I say there as well, so they will be expected to get by soon enough. Let's see how this does go. As Will Told and Spitz in pit. We've got Holloway, Gamble and Zanibioni now. Zanibioni is a different split, so he should get out of the way, the guys. He's got 5 corners once the boys are half a second. And this is it now. He needs to be getting out of the way, probably by a Scary. Will be the safest bet. He's definitely holding the guys up a bit now. I'd expect him to let the 2 cars by now. Wow, he's not. If I was Aaron, I'd be pulling his inner Batek right now and getting those flashes on, because that is not what he needs when he's racing. Is he blocking him? He's not letting off. What is he doing racing the guys? Wow. he racing them? I don't understand it. Jesus Christ, that's probably the worst blue flag I've seen in quite a while. At least all the other guys respect the drivers and respect the rules. Richard Vicker is doing a good job up in P22. Let's go back. So Trevel finally decides to get into the pits. And is definitely needed. Oh, Batek got banned from us, I would say last season, or no, the season before last, was it? Yeah, 2 seasons ago. I banned him from the community completely. I gave him a year of trying, but he's just too dangerous. He caused so many accidents, unfortunately, and I had to ban him. It wasn't easy, because obviously I love Batek. Great dude, super enthusiastic, would show up to every race, but just unfortunately didn't learn what racecraft. Favorite ice cream flavor? Yours is salted caramel with Cadbury flake and twirl pieces. I don't know. See, I like a pistachio ice cream. Although I do like the likes of the dairy milk ice cream that you can buy as well. The one where it's literally like a magnum but has loads of chocolate in it as well. Or the dairy milk caramel one is also quite nice. So yeah, ice cream, as long as it's not like cheap shit ice cream, I will be happy to have it. But pistachio is probably my go-to if I really wanted something really nice. Matty gets the job there in Holloway. I don't think there was much fighting done from him. And while that's going on, Zanibioni's right there with them. He might have similar pace to them, which is fair. You don't want to get in the way of 2 guys fighting for position like that. So Dunn out of the pits now, Nieto out of the pits. So Trevel comes out in P7 after his first pit stop, which was for 20 seconds. So I'm assuming he is not doing tyres, unless he's coming in this lap to do tyres or something like that. So Zanibioni is, well, he's dropping off from Holloway now. Holloway is definitely dropping off from Matty Gamble. Dyer for me is a driver I didn't expect to see jumping up the way they have done, so fair play to him. This is a great race from Mr. Dyer. Blocking him into between. Do you know what? That's not a bad call either, Peter. Just a bit of ice cream and 2 wafers. It's so simple, but so lovely. If I was doing that, I do love, do you know, the HB Ripple Raspberry Ripple ice cream for that. That's the job. Heather's back in the lead while we're talking about ice cream. And he's 3.3 seconds ahead of Pavlov. So the reason for that, I don't know. He's lost 5 seconds in the pits, but he's lost under 2 seconds then in between. So Chris has a bit of a race on his hands now. Zanibioni is actually sticking with Holloway, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. Doing a good race. As much as I was criticising him a minute ago, he is doing decent. So Richard, it looks like he's done his last pit stop. Has come out in P27. But don't forget, there is cars ahead of him that have not pitted as well. So let's see where he does end up by the end of the race. I honestly will tell you, pistachio ice cream is next level. Oh, so good. There's nothing like it. But I suppose pistachio is kind of more of a bougie one. It's not in a normal kind of ice cream thing, but it's yeah, it's my go-to. I don't care. Or a bit of mango ice cream is also nice. The Indians make a lovely mango ice cream. Good job, nice there from Zanibioni. So Elliott's still in the pits. Hopefully he gets back out there and gets a bit more laps in. Pavlov sticking kind of in and around the 3.5 second mark now from Chris Tedder. This one for me is interesting. But Dyer, looking at this, he's still too far back to be probably top 3, but do you know what? He's doing a phenomenal job there. What happened, Chico? Oh, he's gone. Is he disconnected or what's going on? That's very random from Chico. That must have been a disconnect. So Zanabi only there doing a good job, as I say, but it's kind of spread out now. Tom Solis sitting in P4 does have one more stop to do. Let me see though. He's done a long stop, so the shorter stop, if you're only stopping for a few seconds, that'll only cost you 38 seconds if you're 6-second stop. So let me do a bit of math here. So 36 seconds. So he will come out just behind Matty Gamble. Matty Gamble must have had an off or something. I need to figure out what that is. Hello Aces, how are you doing? The most professional commentary in all of the world. Aces boy, follow his YouTube. He does loads of broadcasting elsewhere also. Vodka booze makes it's off scoop. That's fair. I don't think I've ever tried ice cream with booze in it. That'd be interesting. Vodka and pistachio, I'm not sure how that'll taste, but no, Peter, I haven't seen him in, I'd say, the guts of a year racing, I'd say, at this stage. He doesn't be around. He's not in the Discord. He's not in any Discord that I'm in anyway. He kind of just disappeared, to be honest with me. Nathan Warren lost the position there to Will Told. Funny enough, I was only discussing Stacey earlier on. Now Matty Gamble getting by the back marker, and now Cisco will have to get out of the way for Matty once he gets out in half a second as well. He's got 5 corners to do so. And yeah, doing a decent old job nonetheless. Bugioni's in the pits as well there, so that's him gonna clear his last pit stop. And interesting to see. I'm honestly really impressed with Dyer here. He's kind of come out of nowhere for me. I'm pretty sure he started at the back as well with the qualifying ban. So that's super impressive if that is the case. Like genuinely, that's super impressive. So Cisco is now behind Matty Gamble as we see. So Matty now is 21 seconds off Dyer. Wow. Wow, I was not expecting that. Matty had to have had a moment somewhere. There's no other way. So Patrizio Gallimeo is now half a second off Luecki. And let's see how he does get on with this one as well. Lambo versus Porsche. Adam Luck kept going out there. Weird to see him so far back, but as I say, he's used to iRacing and Radicals, and he's one of the top in the world in the Radicals. Won loads of series, won plenty of races this season, and is an absolute legend as well as Adam. I'm just kind of waiting more so now for the other pit stops to kind of level out where we are. interested in that. But yeah, fastest lap time is with Dyer still at 1:47.0. 21 places now for Dyer, yeah, so he pretty much started at the back of the grid. Dunn's up 10, Zatsiev's up 17, Spitzen's up 10 at the minute. Biggest loser is what, minus 14 positions, and that is Andy Polycott. Unfortunately, that stop go 30 has absolutely murdered what could have been a quite good result for him. But there's still 2 more races left in the season to make them count anyway. As Tedder is still yet to pit. We'll jump on here with Holloway. Cisco has decided to pit now for his last one. I was wondering why Holloway was catching him at a rate of knots. I thought there might have been a spin there. There's Dunn and Gamello there, swapping positions through Parabolica. Oh, I didn't think Lambo was going to hit him, but my God, he made a right job of that. As Richard Vickers gets by and avoids all the contact. That's heavy damage now on the front of that Lambo. Wow. Cisco only leaving the pits now. Did he do a fuel again on tyres? 21 second stop. Why was that such a long stop? Was there damage? That was a long stop. I would have expected a splash and dash at this stage of the race. It's mad. So he drops now down into P18. Richard Vickers now 0.4 off Gallimeo, so he's looking now at P24 hopefully. Doing a good job. He stayed out of trouble. This has been probably one of the strongest races I've seen from him in terms of overall pace, but also his racecraft. He's slowly improving with each race I see. And this has definitely been one of the stronger races now. As he's right on the back now of Gallimeo. Getting the flashes on. Gallimeo's trying to fight it a bit. I'd be very cautious after seeing what happened in turn 1. Putting my car in front of him, coming to a corner. He's made it work so far, Vickers has. Although the Lambo seems to get a slightly better exit, he's staying out there. So it's going to be a drag race there. I do feel the Lambo might beat him in the drag race. The slower laps, like they're kind of all over the place, if I'm absolutely honest. You're talking, so the slowest lap that's actually, they're like the, well done to Vickers keeping the position by the way. The slowest lap actually recorded by a driver is a 1:51.0. Everyone else is in the 1:49s, up to 1:48s, 1:47s. So to be fair, it's quite a decent grid of drivers in terms of pace. So the slowest lap time has been a 1:51.0. I'd say that some of the averages are probably in the mid 51s. I know after the race because I pull the software from the server and I give it to the lads about their average lap times and stuff like that anyway. Brilliant stuff. So Brogan was asking for the back of the grid to first challenge. I think that was. So that's why Mr. Brogan was asking that question. So now we are down into the last 13 and a bit minutes of this here. Who has been your driver of the day, the viewer? Please let me know you think your driver of the day is. And I'm going to offer you one more full on-board lap. You have a minute and a half to get in the names of who you'd love to see for a full on-board lap. So let me know. Literally get it in. We'll get that lap done in as well. And then we'll enjoy the last 10 minutes or so of the race. So whether you're watching on Kick, YouTube, Twitch, let me know. stuff there from Brogan. So let's go back onto the gaps here. Is there anyone within fighting distance? Not really at the minute. Point of view of whoever I think. I don't know if I feel safe with that kind of power. Let me have a look. I will. Richard Vickers, right? You know what, Jan? For you, I do a Richard Vickers. I can't argue with someone's mum. He's actually coming onto the main straight, anyways. That's good timing. Right, so let's enjoy. Definitely see big improvements here from him. Good stuff there from Richard. Good stuff. On now it's Sandy Bioni though, because he's half a second off Nathan Moran. But great job there. David Sutton, point of view from someone who's fighting. David, we'll go on to the onboard here just for you. So you've got Nathan Warren ahead with Sandy Bioni behind. They're clear from behind there as well. Not bad top speed there, 280k. That'll be his fastest speed. I'm just waiting for everybody else to start getting closer together as well. You can see the difference in braking there, but then look at the exit. Oh, Nathan ran a bit wide, as did Zanagione. That's what it looks like on there. So with 8 minutes coming left, we have the top three yet to do their last pit, and I don't think anyone else other than Melliot who's in the pits. They're having issues though. So Tedder Pavlov and Tom oh, there we go, yeah, Tom Solis. So top six, sorry, apologies, are yet to pit. Dyer for me, I'm really interested to see where he's going to come out in this one. No problem at all, John. At the end of the day, you can't argue with someone's mommy. as it looks like that move is just about to happen here with Sandy Bioni. Oh, nice from Nathan. He gets the exit there. Sandy Bioni gets a bit too sideways. So the two sideways is the killer there for Zanni Bioni there. And now he's back to square one and will have to try again at another time. This is what it's all about now, as we're down to 7 minutes left in this 90 minutes of Monza here this evening. Brilliant stuff. Richard Vickers now is actually half a second, less than half a second off Luecki for P23. So between two, this should be a move done by maybe Parabolica, carrying more speed through. Nice and close. Brilliant stuff. Opens it up on the inside. That should be nice and easy. Oh, the other lad runs wide as well. That's absolutely brilliant there for Richard. Another position gained. Well done to him. As still on with Zanni Bioni, trying to make his way by Nathan. He's got a great drive out of Ascari there, so definitely very strong in the Porsche on that exit there as well. So Nathan should probably stay ahead. He's just keeping his head down, although the Porsche was on the throttle a lot earlier, which means it could be carrying slightly more speed as well. So now Nathan could lose on the inside line here, although the McLaren there is much faster on the straight. So Nathan has himself covered that way. Coming down to 5 minutes to go, the top 6 are still yet to do their last pit stop. Matty Gamble sitting in P8. Quite a bit of time. I think Matty Gamble must have had a drive-through or something like that. There's something I've missed with Matty that I need to figure out. Oh, as I say that, he's dropped it in Ascari. And Holloway is going to say yes, please. Oh, Matty Gamble, the championship leader, not having his best race now. Needs to get the car back going. This man here, though, pole position, and has been leading the race all race other than when he pitted. He needs to get that pit stop done. He should come in this lap, I think would be the smart thing to do for him. But it's been absolutely brilliant. Exactly what we want from Chris. Stuff out of Mr. Tedder there. Sandy Bioni is still there with Warren. Not able to make it happen though, that's the thing about it. He's trying everything he can do, but it's just not getting the job done. He needs to reconfigure himself, but I'm delighted anyway, because obviously Nathan's still in the supercharged livery for 2 more races after this one today, so I'm obviously wanting to stay ahead. Tom Solis is the first of the top 6 to jump in for their last pit stop of this race there. That looks like Chicharov just behind him there, as Dyer gets by both of those. Brogan, you missed my radar when you said starting at the back, because I didn't expect you to have this kind of pace. That's absolutely epic stuff. Brilliant. So does Holloway get by the 2 guys? They're leaving the pits. That is going to be Holloway jumping by both of them, I'd say. They're only coming at the exit now as Holloway gets by. Jarov though jumped Solis in that pit stop as well. Nice one there for Aaron up into P6. So this lap surely it has to be. There's no other lap. Tether will surely go into the pits now. He's indicating as well. That's proper etiquette. Of course, Chris, the owner of Amigos, and will be taking over our bit. Fair play to him. Into the pits he goes. Pavlov in the pits, Dorino in the pits. So Bruno Fantanozzi is the only. Oh, there he is. I was going to say he's the only one that's not pitted. They're all in now. So Dyer here, I think, is going to overtake them all. That's a unbelievable race from Dyer. Up 28 positions, mate. What? Tether out now in P2. Oh, Tether must be like, damn it. That's unbelievable stuff from Dyer, though. Tip the hat. Tether down P2, Pavlov P3, Carlo P4, Fantanozzi P5. Yeah. Holloway P6, then Chikjarov P7 so far. Still a bit more time left in it. Matty Gamble could have been P6, I think, was the best he could have done after whatever happened in the race as well. So Peter, I've decided to stop Supercharged Motorsport after this season now. I made the announcement in a Discord maybe a week or maybe 2 weeks ago. So instead of completely stopping the Wednesday series, it's been moved into Amigos. Aaron Holloway is still going to run it through Amigos. I'm donating the server that I've paid for till June to them as well for it to run. It just means I won't be running it. And the Supercharged Motorsport name will die with me. And it'll still be, it's similar, it's going to be the same kind of league and stuff like that. And it'll run a conjunction then all in the Amigos Discord. I just have other things that I want to do, and like it takes me 20 to 30 hours a week depending on the week for the league, and it's way too much. When I'm working a full-time job, I've too much to do by myself, and of course Aaron does his best giving a hand as well, so I don't want to ever say that Aaron doesn't do enough, because he does a very good job. As Dyer takes the race win. Tether P2, Pavlov then P3, Carlo comes around for P4. Bruno for P5. Holloway for P6, fair play to him. Chikcharov P7, Solis P8, Gamble P9, Trevo P10, Nieto P11, Zatsiev P12. So Nieto wins his split as well. Then Wiltall P13, Zanibioni P14, Nathan Moran P15, Ramundo P16, Cisco P17, Spitzen P18, Cliara P19, it was Dunn P20. So I'm going to have nothing to do with the Wednesday League in terms of running it. I'm not going to be doing anything got to do with that. I'm taking probably a month, maybe 2 months break. Then I'm going to go back full-time streaming, doing paid work with whoever's hiring, and other bits in between. I've just decided it's the route I want to go down to stay involved. Excuse me. Yeah, it's the route I want to go down, so that's what I'll do. But yeah, guys, what a race. Dyer, mate, top-notch job. Best lap in the end of 146.882, which is absolutely phenomenal. Chris Heather, you didn't do anything wrong, mate. Just unfortunately wasn't your day. a tough one there because I recognise his pace. I didn't realise just how strong he was pulling through. That was very unlucky. And thank you very much, Jan. It was great chatting to you and great understanding that you make ice cream. And you can let me know in next week's stream how you find the pistachio. But yeah, I want to thank everyone for watching, whether you're watching on Kick, YouTube, or Twitch. And we will see you again next week for round 7 of 8 rounds of the championship for season 7. And yeah, have a lovely evening. Thank you all for joining us.